Types of failover. Types of failover. Okay. Types of high availability. So there is a two types actually. One is active, passive, which I already explained. Okay, and this is only we are going to do in the lab. Okay, and other one is guys active. So guys, what is this two? Okay, active, passive. Just now we have seen the example like firewall 1, firewall 2. Okay, and there is a LAN. Okay, just I'm keeping. If this one went down, this one active earlier, and this one passive. And if this one went down, what happened? This firewall 2 will become active. Okay, and all the traffic earlier going from that way start flowing that way. This is the meaning of active and passive. Okay, so guys, in active and passive, now this is my active passive scenarios. Okay, my switch. I want to explain this, guys. Okay, this is very important. There is my LAN. I have to withdraw these things multiple times. This is internet. Okay, guys, can you say that my firewall 1 is active and firewall 2 is passive? So guys, while we configure this failover, only we can put IP of one firewall only. Like I will put IP on this interface and this interface IP addresses. I'm not going to configure any IP here and here. No. Okay, I will not do that. Okay, so once it will down, the same IP addresses will also assign to this interface. Now my traffic is going earlier from that way, but if this one went down, how come switch will know that I have to be forward traffic to that way? How come this L2 switch will know that? And this is a very technical question going to ask in interview, 100%. See, this port is connected with this interface of switch, and this interface of firewall 2 connected with this switch. Okay, so whatever my user is accessing, all traffic forwarding from this interface of my switch. Okay, so if this is went down, my firewall don't know that he went down or not. He will continue forward from that way, right? So how come he will start forwarding? There is a one thing, guys. It's called GR. What is GR? It's a network only. Gratuitous ARP. Gratuitous ARP, guys. No one knows? Okay. No, it will. You need to explain these things in interview. What happened if this one went down? This switch is still forwarding the traffic to that, but he will not get the response definitely. Okay, because what switch does? His broadcasting. Guys, there is a one more steps. Okay, I will explain that. In this failover, this interface, even this, the interface of the firewall, both are using virtual MAC address. Virtual MAC address. They are not using their physical MAC address. Why? Because the same virtual MAC address, it is something. Even I know this MAC address. The MAC address would be in the series. I know that, but let me type if you want. So it is something that virtual MAC address something from 50 0 0 0 0 0 to 0 0 0 6. Something like this. Okay, this is the virtual MAC address. This firewall is this interface of this firewall having. Okay, they're not using their physical MAC address. They are going to use the virtual MAC address. And once this one went down, and this firewall will take over everything from this firewall, this MAC address and also the IP address of this interface. These two also move to that. This IP address will assign to this interface, and this virtual MAC address also assigned to this interface. Got it? This is you need to explain in the interview. The MAC address both are using virtual, okay, and this MAC address also moved from here. So once it moved, but still my switch don't know, okay, that I need to, he will still forwarding the traffic from this interface, okay. So what happened, once he will not get the response, the switch will do the, what switch do? Switch do the broadcast, right? Switch will then forward a GR, actually, okay. And this GR, gratuitous R, once it will forward the gratuitous R, this gratuitous R will forward to every interface. And then this firewall 2 will forward his interface and MAC address details. And this one will register to the switch. And then switch will start forwarding traffic to that way. So gratuitous R is actually helping to know the switch, which device is now active. Got it? So this is actually a L2. This is actually a network, but we need to understand if someone would going to ask in the interview, actually it can 100%. You need to explain that due to the GR, we can achieve it. Okay, this is one thing. So now, whatever I've explained that. So this is the active and passive. So if one went down, how come this firewall 2 will know? He will know from the control link by the keep alive messages. Okay. And then once it will not get a response, this firewall 2 will not get a response. So firewall 2 will think that he will dead. Once he think he will dead, he will get all his stuffs, state table, MAC table, virtual, even the IP address of that also. Okay, everything. And he will declare himself as a active. Okay, he will declare himself as active. Once he declares himself as active, so the traffic will start flowing that way. That is complete. This is the active and passive. Okay, so here what I want to explain that, guys, that even for the higher series of like 3000 Palo Alto 3000 series or 5000 series or 7000 series, they have their dedicated failover link, HA1, HA2. Okay, dedicated port. But in the lower series of it is not. So what we can use the normal interface port. Okay, even in our lab we are going to use a normal interface port. It's very easy, nothing. No, we don't require actually any dedicated. But if we are going to use higher level, then it would be a dedicated interface. Okay, but we can use the interface here. Okay, so what is active and passive, guys? Active and passive, where one firewall work as a primary, other work as a secondary. If other went down, yeah, one more thing I want to explain. What is the priority? Actually, I will explain in the lab. We will set the priority of the device. So which device has a low priority, that is become a primary. Okay, please write it down. Which has a low priority, that is become a primary, and which is become a high priority, that is become a secondary. लो प्रायोरिटी जो होगा वो एक्टिव बन जाएगा और प्राइमरी डिवाइस हो जाएगा. ठीक है, मतलब बाय डिफॉल्ट वो प्राइमरी हो जाएगा. Okay, once we do the lab. Okay, now I'm going to explain active. Guys, active passive is not possible in the lab. Anyway, I will explain what is active passive. What is the active, guys? So active is, guys, like there is a one firewall, there is a one firewall. Guys, see, is very important. Okay, what is active? There is my switch, there is my LAN. Okay, so active is what, guys? Like this firewall, this is firewall 1, this is firewall 2. So what happened, guys? This firewall half work as a active for other organization and also work as a passive for other organizations. Likewise, firewall 2 is will like this. Which one is passive here? Firewall 2 will work as a active for that, and which one is active here for that? This firewall 2 work as a passive. So kind of these things, like in this failover, we have a two firewall 1 and firewall 2. The firewall 1 at a one time also working as an active for one organization, and also work as a, like there is a two organization. We have a two organization, right? Sometimes actually active is mostly using at the ISP side. Okay, in the ISP side. So what they do actually, they will segregate the ISP. Okay, it means two network, because they have to be connect. They are supporting the organizations, right? So what they will do, they will use the failover concept with the active. So in active, my one firewall will work as active for one organization, and also it will work as and this firewall too will work as a passive for the same organizations. Okay, like organization, I'm writing organization one, suppose one, and organization two. We have two organization. So this firewall two and this firewall one. This firewall one will active for organization one, and this firewall two will passive for organization one. Fine. And for organization two, this firewall one is passive and firewall two is active. So this is the concept for active. Active means those firewall is actually working as a active. What are the high availability prerequisite? Prerequisite में क्या है guys? What is that actually? In the failover, both firewall 1 and firewall 2, both should be same series. Okay, both firewalls should be same series. Okay, if there would be a different series, failover not going to be matched. Okay, second, both should be same OS version. Same, whatever the operating system you are using here, the same operating system has to be used here. Okay, and other, whatever the signature, application signature are there, all whatever the application signature, both sides should be same. Application signature, both sides should be same. Okay, guys, actually firewall 1 and firewall 2 both should be mirror. I'm using a word mirror. Actually, you will not. Mirror means what? Both should be the same features, same series of device modules, same OS version, same application. It should be the same. Even the throughput of the all interface should be the same. If one thing would mismatch, there would be no HA. Got it? So this is the prerequisite. Whatever you will take it for firewall 1, the same you have to take for the firewall 2. Same firewall you have to be bring for the high availability. So here, what I will do, I will share that. Anyway, this is active for other and passive for other. But I will these two interface which is connecting with the inside LAN and connecting for the internet. I will do what I will do. The same interface I will share with both the organizations. Okay, so I will share with both of them. It will same share with the both of them. So whenever the traffic is going from here, if it is went down anyway, it will that time the switch will do the GR and start forwarding from that way. High availability link. Okay, one is called HA1. HA1 means what? Control link. Control link. We know that. What is the use of control link, guys? Control link is actually sending the keep alive messages. What is this keep alive message, guys? It's a ICMP echo message. So it's actually it's also called the hellos or heartbeat, also called the heartbeat messages. Like someone used to say, but it's a keep alive message. Okay, it is actually ICMP echo message. ICMP echo message. Okay, and there is some default timer also. Okay, anyway, now this is for the controlling. Now for the other, actually HA2 link, guys. HA2 link means what? Data link. And data link, I have already explained. What is this? Data link is actually used to synchronize the config and also take all state table, MAC table, everything. Okay. Yeah. So now, so guys, there is one more thing, guys. It's called HA backup. What is HA backup, guys? Let me explain. Okay. So this is firewall 1. This is firewall 2, guys. And this is HA1 control link. Okay. HA1 control link. We know what is the use of this. Okay. Now there is, guys, HA2 data link. Okay. HA2 data link. So firewall, this Palo Alto actually, why Palo Alto is so much demanding? If like suppose this link broken, what happened? Both would be active. That is called a split brain. This is called split brain. Means both firewall will become active. This is my LAN. Both firewall will become active. So at that scenario, split plan, there would be outage. Because switch would be confused where to forward the traffic, here or here, because both firewall will be active. But still the traffic is going first here, but due to any means, if this one fail, it will deduct that this one went down. Well, it will think that this one went down, but this one is fine. Firewall 1 is fine, but firewall 2 will think that this one went down. He will become active. So he will send a GR, but nothing will do, right? Because switch will get confused where to forward the traffic. That scenario is called split brain. There will be outage. So there is a in the Palo Alto, they have given a even backup link of these two, right? Backup link. If in one down, no worry. That is called HA1 backup. Okay? And even for the HA2 backup. Okay? Got it, guys? Even for those links, there is a one backup link for both. So if this one went down, even this H1 become active. So still this firewall 2 will send a keep alive message from this link. Okay, and he will deduct that this one is okay, fine. Okay, so even for this control link and data link, there is a backup link as well for this. Now there is just two topic I want to explain. Very easy. Now preemptions. Okay, preemptions, guys. Just now I have already explained what is the meaning of preemptions. Like this is a firewall 1. Please note it down, guys. Firewall 2. So preemptions means what, guys? If like this one, I have made primary or I have given the low priority. I have explained that. Which one is the lowest priority? That's a primary firewall. A primary firewall is means that it is I want this device always become active. Okay, and secondary means I want this device always become passive. Right? This is the meaning of primary and secondary. So which one has the lowest priority? Which one is a lowest priority? Lowest priority will become primary. Suppose this is 200. Okay, so I have given this firewall 1 as a 100 low priority. This one I have given as a 200 high priority. So once the device, like what happened, switch, so this one become active. But if I configure preempt of this firewall 1, so what happened if this device went down and this one become active, So once if I will fix this, once I will do the maintenance and this will come up. So I have already configured the preempt. So whenever it will come up, it will declare himself as active because I have configured as a preempt. Got it? So whichever the device, if you configure the preempt, that device all the time, whenever it came up from the down, it will become active. Otherwise, if you will not configure the preempt, if it came up, it will become as a standby all the time. Got it? Now there is a two small topic, guys: link monitor and path monitoring. So guys, what is link monitor? Just I want to explain a little bit, guys. There is my switch, there is my LAN, and there is my firewall 1, there is my firewall 2. Okay, switch connected, and there is the internet. Okay, so guys, what is link monitor? If like, guys, this is the outside interface. Okay, Ethernet 1/2 outside interface. And this is my inside interface of my firewall. Inside interface of my firewall. Okay. Ethernet 1/1. Suppose, guys, my link is okay. My link is fine. My link is working fine. But if this interface went down, So if this interface went down, so then there would be outage, right? No one would be able to get the internet access, right? Because my internet connected interface of my firewall went down. So, but this firewall will not even able to detect it because whenever he will do the ping from the HA link, he will get that this firewall is working active. Like this firewall is fine, but still this link is interface is down. All of the users will get the outage. That is called link monitor. We will enable the monitoring. We will enable the monitoring of the important interface. Whichever the interface, we will enable the monitor. That if that interface will went down, this firewall will come to know and he will become active. So there would be a no outage in my office. Got it? Whatever the interface it went down, so that you have to identify which interface is important for you. Definitely outside the interface or inside interface. Okay, if those will went down, any of the one went down, he will become active and traffic will start following. Now we know what is link monitoring. Now there is a path monitoring. Because this HA is not only for firewall, this is only for the traffic. So path monitoring is what, guys? Same thing, switch, LAN, this is firewall 1, firewall 2, okay, HA1, HA2, whatever, switch, and then there is the internet. Okay. Guys, suppose, so what happens? Suppose my ISP went down. Suppose my ISP went down, and this one is, suppose in the connection, this was connected with the Airtel, like someone has asked me today, and like, suppose this one connected with some other internet, okay, some other internet, like Jio, suppose. So suppose, guys, my ISP went down. If my ISP went, my firewall is working fine, my all interface working fine. If ISP went down, this firewall will never come to know that, because he will try to ping. He will think that he's fine, because he will reply to that. All interface, whatever we have put the link monitoring, this is also working fine. So, but still my users are unable to get the access because the ISP internet went down. So there would be outage, right? So there is a one thing called path monitoring. What happens in the path monitoring? We can configure, if my firewall, we will configure like some of the, like we will give the, like this is my gateway, right? This is gateway of my internet. Okay, Google IP 88888. This is for the internet, Google DNS IP, or even the whatever the IP of this my gateway, like this IP is suppose 192.1, whatever it is. Okay, 1.1.1.1. Suppose this is the IP of my gateway. So I will put some IP address, okay, in the path monitoring. So that firewall all the time try to ping these two IP. This is my gateway. This is for the Google DNS. For just checking that he is able to reach this interface or not. This ISP went down, my firewall will try to ping all the time. Okay, he tried to ping this IP. This IP is what? That interface of my gateway interface. If he will not respond, at the same time, this firewall come to know and he will become active, and all traffic will start flowing from that way. Okay, so there would be no outage to my network. Please go to the video, guys. So this is called path monitoring. Okay, so how path monitoring is actually helping? So there would be no outage. How link monitoring is actually helping? So there would be no outage as an interface level. Okay, now we know what is active, what is passive, what is preempt, what is priority, what is backup link, HA link, all things we have discussed, guys. Okay, this is all of a failover stuff, guys. Okay.